Hello everyone, a Yom Yerushalayim Sameach, a happy Yom Yerushalayim. During this war, I believe that on a Yom Yerushalayim, we have to reflect and thank God for the miracles that were, and have to ask ourselves, how do we get back to those miracles in the midst of this war? On the one hand, today is a very happy day. The Jewish people leading up to the Six-Day War were in a terrible situation. The physical state of Israel was very small. People were talking about a second Holocaust. There was a wait period in which people were terrified, just terrified about what will happen. And then in 6 days, it all changed. Israel got physically bigger, and the climax of which was going back to our historical sites, with the climax being the old city of Yerushalayim, the Kotel, and Har HaBayit. How did that happen? In my opinion, if I have to pinpoint one event, it was the National Unity Government that was formed just a few days before the Six-Day War. Menachem Begin, the rival of the Labor Party who was in power, joined the government, and ultimately that's what brought about the miracles. Menachem Begin didn't become a card-carrying member of the Labor Party, and the Labor Party didn't become a card-carrying member of the Cherut Party, of which he was a member. But they were able to sit around the same table and debate and argue, but around the same table. We have to get back to that, because I remind everyone what happened this year on October 6th and 5th and the Yom Kippur prior to the events of Shmini Atzeret that began this war. We have to get back to arguing and debating, yet around the same table, not as enemies, but as brothers and sisters who around the same dining room table don't always agree. And if we get back to that, in my opinion, we can get back to yearning and davening and screaming to God to bring back those miracles of the Six-Day War that we celebrate today. Yerushalayim is referred to in Tehillim as Ha'ir Shechubra La Yachdav, the city that brings everyone together. And David HaMelech in Tehillim continues and says, Shesham alu shvatim shiftei ka. There, all the tribes of Israel, 12 in number, went up Lahodot l'Shem Hashem, to thank God. Each tribe was different. There were 12 in number. Each one even had their own judicial system. Each one lived in different places. Each one was probably dressed differently. And yet they were able to come together in Jerusalem, in Yerushalayim. We have to get back to that. We have to get back to being different and yet sitting around the same dining room table. And if we do, Be'ezrat Hashem, we could say, as we do in Hallel, Ana Hashem Hoshiana, Ana Hashem Hatzlichana. God save us. God make us successful and get us back to the miracles that we experienced. Beyamim Ahem, Bizman Hazeh.